Hey guys, Azuri here. Welcome back to Ever Crisis. If you're looking for a winning strategy to conquer Critical Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII, Ever Crisis, you've landed in the perfect spot. In this guide, we will walk you through the precise steps to vanquish this formidable foe, learn how to assemble the ideal team, select the right weapons, and employ winning strategies lead you to victory. Earn those coveted victory draw tickets and seize the delicious rewards that await. Let's get into it. Alright, when facing Sephiroth, here are specific strategies to consider. Number 1, Sephiroth's debuff mechanism. Sephiroth cannot be debuffed, but he debuffs himself when infusing himself with an element: fire, lightning, or ice. When he is water infused, he becomes weak to lightning. When he is lightning infused, he is weak to water. When he is fire infused, he is weak to ice. While he is infused, he is also charging up an attack, so you can damage him while he's charging up and then break his sigils when he's almost done charging. Number 2, Sigil breaks bonus weapons. So use these weapons to break the O sigils. Cloud with Maritime Sword, Tifa with Crystal Gloves, Red 13 with Seaside Collar, and Barret with Heavy Hauser. For Triangle Sigils, consider equipping Noble Collar of Red 13, Jiggy Fam from Glenn, and Morasime from Cloud. He also uses X sigils at higher levels at EX1 and EX2, but it is easy to break since there are only 10 stacks of X, O, and Triangle. Number 3, managing attack gauge. Raise the attack gauge during add encounters before you fight Sephiroth. Save your ATB for breaking sigils at the start of the encounter. The adds are weak to wind damage, so take advantage of the fights before Sephiroth. Charge up your limit break gauge and charge up your ATBs. Number 4, strategy for sigils and infusions. Save ATB for when Sephiroth casts water, fire, or lightning infusion to break the O triangle sigils, or you can deal damage as I explained earlier. I found that you can deal a bit damage before breaking the sigils. Aim to have both triangle and O sigils at higher levels, so both of those materials should be equipped on each character so they can break both of those sigils. You have two options: either break the sigils or attack with lightning or water or ice, depending on Sephiroth's infusions. And then if you fail to break the sigils, Sephiroth will cast Shadow Flare if the sigils are not broken in time. I'll explain what Shadow Flare does later in the video. Number 5, preparing your team. So Sephiroth will raise his physical attack, so be ready for this. Equip summons on your healer, as AoE healing from weapons should suffice. For example, I used Aerith in my fight with EX2 Sephiroth. I didn't need to use her healing limit break. I equipped her with Ramu instead, so she could deal some damage while he is interrupted. The primary goal is to deal as much damage to Sephiroth as fast as possible. At the tail end of the fight, he will spam his most powerful attack, so you need to defeat him as fast as you can. Cast Summon Limit Break during interruptions. Chain them if you can. So in my case, I used Ifrit, Shiva, and Ramu, and I chained them as much as I could. Number 6, special attacks. Sephiroth has a range of attacks including Aeolian Onslaught, Tandaga, AoE lightning attack. He only uses this when he is lightning infused. Firaga A, or AoE fire, uses this when he is fire infused. And Area Waterga, AoE water, when he is water infused. Shadow Flare, like I mentioned before, is a single target attack with high damage. The character can survive this even without barrier, but it is still hard hitting. Kaishin, probably AoE physical attack. Zenshin is a multi-hit single target physical attack. Not really that much damage coming from Zenshin. And then there's Teleturic Fury. Next is Boundless Strength. This increases his physical attack. The attack boost cannot be debuffed, so it stays there. The only recourse here is to cast barrier on the target. And then lastly is Octoslash. This is a charge attack, single target, high damage. Please cast barrier on the target to counter this, and make sure everyone has high HP like 4,500 and high defense so they can survive the attack. My Cloud has almost 5,000 HP at 4,900 and he survives. He takes this Octoslash and has around 800 HP left. My Ariat has around 4,100 HP and she doesn't ever survive this even with a barrier on. Alright, and lastly is higher level variation. So in higher level encounters with Sephiroth, there are no adds. You just proceed straight to the Sephiroth fight. You cannot gain limit break, gauge, and ATB. And your attack gauge is not yet full. Also, his additional attacks. So we're gonna take a look at those. At higher levels, Sephiroth's attacks include Hell's Gate. He probably uses this when he's at low HP. It is an AoE physical attack with a stun and a physical defense break attached to it, so it's really devastating when he hits your party with this. So make sure everyone has high HP, and make sure your healer already has ATB gauge 5, so you can heal back the missing HP. Next, he also has an ability called Masamune in Waiting, which is a fast charging skill with 10 stacks of Circle X and Triangle Sigils, leading to Octoslash if you don't manage to break the sigils. So this is not a problem to break, but do note that it charges fast, so if you're not paying attention, you could hit your character with an Octoslash. Alright, so I think that's it. Make sure to have your healer at least 4,500 to survive Octoslash, and be ready to adapt your strategy based on the specific patterns and abilities Sephiroth displays at higher levels. We hope you found this guide useful. Please subscribe to the channel if you aren't yet, and we'll see you in the next one. Good luck with your battles against Sephiroth.